Hello guys and welcome to the world of WWE. I apologise this is late, so I apologise for that. So I'm doing the review for Fastlane. I know it's late, once again I'm sorry. Just to let you know, there was 3 Alive segments. I'm only going to mention one because I can't remember the order of the other 2. And it was just him talking trash. So, the weird part's getting... At the pre-show, in advance, we got told... Oh, I should close that. Hopefully you didn't see anything. We were told on the pre-show it's going to be Reveiw versus Andrade, Cien Almas. But everyone got really angry. It's like, no, they don't deserve to be on the pre-show. So they were like, fine, we're just going to have the New Day defeating Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev in a pretty decent match. I'm losing Wikipedia, so if this is not accurate, apologise. But I remember quite well from the pay-per-view. And it says the match lasted 13 minutes and 20 seconds. It was a decent match. Pretty good for a pre-show. Quite enjoyed it. Next, in the first match of the main show, the Usos defending their titles against The Miz and Shane McMahon. And the Usos win in 40 minutes and 10 seconds. It ended with basically Mrs. Dad pointing up top, telling The Miz to go up top. He did actually the top one move really well, but because that's kind of not his thing, he did hit probably the Usos, well, they're at 1, 2, 3, and then Shane McMahon were hugging and they were hugging his father and stuff, but then Shane McMahon turns on The Miz, beating him up, and on SmackDown we find out they're actually going to be facing, which we kind of knew. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. I was very entertained with it, probably one of the better matches of the night. So yeah, next up was Asuka successfully defended her SmackDown Women's Championship against Mandy Rose, the match nobody cares about, in 6 minutes and 40 seconds according to this. And you want to know how the most dominant woman in sports editing, she was NXT Women's Champion for 522 days. She was undefeated for a while, I'm not sure how long, but years. Beating Goldberg's undefeated streak. You want to know how she wins? She wins because Mandy Rose slipped on the apron because for some reason Sonya Deville was getting weapons out and the apron was on the ring. It was stupid. Next up, the Kofi Kingston, Big E, Xavier was talking, saying that Kofi Kingston deserves an opportunity. He says, you're going to have the opportunity. Vince McMahon goes, you want the opportunity? Fine. It's a triple threat match for the World Championship, and that happens right now. And then Kofi is so happy and excited, but then it turns out, this is not the triple threat match. This is a 2-on-1 handicap match. Kofi Kingston versus The Bar, and the Big E and Xavier were banned from ringside. It lasted 5 minutes 50 seconds, of course. The Bar destroyed them. But when the Big E and Xavier eventually came out and kind of got for security, the big Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura came in and attacked them because they lost the pre-show. So good, it makes the pre-show mean something. I am happy. So yeah, it was a pretty good segment. It made Kofi Kingston more of an underdog. So yeah. Next up, it was the Reveiw defeating Aleister Black and Ricochet and Bobby Roode and Chad Gable to retain in a triple threat match for the World Tag Team Championship. It was a good match. I was very pleased with that match. It was very good. It lasted 10 minutes and 50 seconds. But the problem... just as long as the next match. but the problem is that I don't like the tag team rule where only 2 people can be in the ring, and so it's triple threat. It should be 3 people. But I don't like that rule. But apart from that, it was really good. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable... I think Chad Gable took the... It was either Chad Gable or Bobby Roode who took the pins. It was really good. I have a feeling they might either do a rematch for this at Mania, or just have the Reveiw versus Ricochet and Aleister Black. Either way, I have a feeling because they're definitely gonna... I kind of found out they're winning the Ricochet and Aleister Black. Spoiler alert. I'll do a thumbs up whenever the spoiler ends, so you can know that. So spoilers starting now. Aleister Black and Ricochet won the NXT Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, are now going to be facing the War Raiders for the NXT Championships at NXT TakeOver New York. You can unmute it now. Okay. So, I have a feeling that they will win the NXT tag. I have a... Actually, this is not the end of it. I've got to say more discussion about it. So, yeah, I'll do another thumbs up when the spoilers are done. So, I have a feeling they will win the NXT Tag Team Championships and then go on to face the Reveiw and win the championships, so they're dueling champions. So, yeah, now you can go. So, basically, it was just to do it without any spoilers. I think Aleister Black and Ricochet are going to be winning the World Tag Team Championships at Mania. Sorry for that weird thing. Next up is Samoa Joe defeating Andrade Cien with Reveiw. R-Truth with Caballero and Rey Mysterio in a really good Fatal 4-Way match for the US title. Kind of was annoying that this kind of got confirmed on pre-show and I just skipped through it pretty much. I only went to the match. So I was a bit annoyed, but it was a very good match. And it seems that originally we were Samoa Joe versus John Cena, but because of Kurt Angle announcing that he's going to retire after WrestleMania, he's probably going to face Cena. It's rumoured that they might do this match and just pluck on the pre-show, which is a bit annoying. But I'm just saying, I don't want this to be in the pre-show because of Andrade. But if it is going to be on the pre-show, at least put the Cruiserweight title on the main show. Hopefully, it's either going to be Tony or Cedric Alexander to win the tournament to face Buddy Murphy at Mania. Hopefully it's Cedric Alexander. Have them have a match on the main show. You could have Cedric Alexander lose and take him to the main roster. Or you could have Buddy Murphy lose and take him to the main roster and he'll be great. So either way, you can't really go wrong. But yeah, this was a good match. It lasted just as long as the last match, 10 minutes and 50 seconds. So, yeah. Next up, the Boston Hug Connection defeated Nia Jax and Tamina for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. It lasted 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Let's just give a round of applause for Sasha Banks. She got her first successful title defense on the main roster, and she's won 4 other women's titles. And she didn't even take the pin, but well done, Sasha. I'm not trying to be rude at it. She's one of my favourite wrestlers, but you finally retained the title on the main roster. Congratulations. And afterwards, Beth Phoenix was in commentary for the match. And afterwards, Nia Jax and Tamina got mad, beat up the Boston Hug Connection. I like the tag team, don't like the name. Then they beat up Beth Phoenix for no reason, just because. And then Natalia comes out like an idiot because everyone else is down to try and help, and they get beaten up. But it was an okay segment. Now, time for the best match of the night. In the triple threat match, Daniel Bryan with Rowan defeating Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali. So it turns out it is a triple threat match, but Mustafa Ali is gonna took that place, and he got booed out of the building. I was quite annoyed. It's not his fault, and the entire match, crowd were trying to re-want Kofi. So it's supposed to go through, but it made the match feel irrelevant. But my word, was this a good match? Considering that, Mustafa Ali did amazing, and he did for me, made the crowd want to get more into it. It didn't work properly, but it was still very great match, and I was very proud of it. And the best part of it was like, he was doing a weird, I forgot, he was going from the top one, jumping off, and Daniel Bryan caught Mustafa Ali in the knee, and Rowan had knocked out Kevin Owens from the outside. Daniel Bryan covers Mustafa Ali, 1, 2, 3, he retains the title. Pretty good match. Next up, Becky Lynch defeated Charlotte Flair by disqualification, which means she's added to the WWE Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 35. Can I just say, I loved it. The match lasted 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Can I just say, I really enjoyed the rivalry, but recently it suffered from a bit of overbooking. I didn't like that, but it was by disqualification. And plus, it was literally Ronda Rousey just punching Becky Lynch after being a finger four lock and just walking off. But I thought she was a monster that didn't give a single toots. So I would have, if you're gonna do that, at least have her beat up Becky Lynch and Charlotte after the match. So I would have, and plus since the next announcement that turns out her leg's fired, I would much rather that happened here. Goes, by the way, my leg's fine. And to what I wanted was Ronda Rousey music to hear. Charlotte gets distracted. Becky Lynch gets the world at 1, 2, 3. So she gets a pinfall victory over Charlotte. And Charlotte looks strong, ready for the triple threat match. Next up, the main event. The Shield defeating Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley in a 6-man tag team match. The match lasted 24 minutes and 50 seconds. It was actually a pretty good match. I didn't like the fact that this was the main event. It would have been good for a Monday Night Raw, I know. Can I just say, I think that's the real problem. Oh, before this match, there was a little segment with Elias going, playing the guitar, saying this is great. No one, this is how it should be. No one interrupted. Then Lacey Evans comes out, does a little thing where she acts so cute, walk up to the stage and just goes to the back and gets to the back, walks off. Then out of nowhere, for no reason, Randy Orton hits him with an RKO, allows with an RKO. Then AJ Styles shows up and hits him with a phenomenal throw. That point, I wasn't really a big fan of the rivalry, but on SmackDown, they made me instantly care about with that promo segment. It was very good. Okay, now let's get back to the match at hand. The Shield defeated Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin in 24 minutes and 50 seconds. It was good, considering Dean Ambrose is leaving. I think Dean Ambrose is leaving because he got destroyed by Drew McIntyre the next night. I would have him, let's say, beat Baron Corbin at Mania and have a good off to the sunset kind of thing, but yeah, I do think it's not a work, he's actually leaving. So, and Seth Rollins is going to face WrestleMania, and I think Roman Reigns, after what we saw on the Raw, is going to face Drew McIntyre, which is much better considering the original plan was Baron Corbin. So yeah, it was a good pay-per-view, but I feel like the problem with it is that it felt too much like a good episode on Monday night. Or if it didn't feel like, for the pay-per-view itself, I enjoyed it. It was fine. Yeah, you can feel like they didn't need the pay-per-view. I didn't feel like they didn't need the pay-per-view, but it was still fine. It was fun. Can't wait to Mania. But here's a problem with Mania. The big matches, the 2 World Championship matches, the World Women's Championship match. If Kofi, let's say if Kofi, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch don't win their respective matches, the entire WrestleMania card's going to fail. Because I don't trust WWE to make 3 right decisions. I think they're only going to make 1 or 2. I doubt that 2's pushing it. I really don't think they're going to make 3. I want to be proven wrong. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I have a feeling that although the card looks great, we have the World Championship match, which is probably going to be Bryan versus Kofi. Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Triple threat, Ronda Rousey defending against Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Ooh, we have Randy Orton versus AJ Styles, Triple H and Batista. Probably gonna have a triple threat for this. Another triple threat for the SmackDown Women's title, which is just Asuka, Sonya, and Mandy Rose. So not really care for match, but as long as Asuka wins, I'm fine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, turn on notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.